Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks, and today I'm going to talk about 5 sectors which could give mega returns in the next decade or the next 10 years. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position to any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I talk about these 5 sectors, a small request that kindly support me on Patreon, and once you do that, it will help me grow the channel. It will help you also ask me questions in greater detail. Once you get the $10 membership, you will have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and a number of podcasts that I put up from time to time. The watch list is now even more improved with 25 stocks with buying ranges and stop losses along with targets for short-term basis. For detailed market or company talk, you can directly contact me on email. These are the 5 sectors. So the first sector that one has to look at is internet and internet related stocks which are India centric. So not global centric but India centric. Not many global centric stocks that are listed, but internet related stocks here in India. Look for ancillary plays, look for direct internet plays, applications, home entertainment also. Those products that use Wi-Fi etc. and OTT platforms are used through it. So I'm talking of LED televisions etc. all come into this being. More online based consumerism is taking place and it is going ahead. I can give you one example is that New Zealand cricket rights have been sold to Amazon from 2021-22 onwards, that is the next season onwards, and it will be Amazon who will be telecasting live coverage from New Zealand for all matches. So it will be streamed in India, and I think this will be for the first time in my life, probably in history, that in India live coverage of cricket would be on internet rather than on television channels. I would be surprised if Amazon comes up with a channel for only this purpose of New Zealand rights. You need to understand that people are shifting towards OTT platform. People are shifting towards internet. Look for these companies, more online based consumerism. So there is FL India, there is Naukri, there is IndiaMart, there is Matrimony.com. There are other companies which provide televisions, LED televisions, etc., like Dixon, etc., that you can look at. But these all are expensive. So when to buy basically? So any 20-25% fall from the top in these companies, and when they are consolidating, you can accumulate for the next 8 to 10 years for these stocks to perform really well. Do not buy immediately. The second sector I want to talk to you about is diagnostics, and this has come into being only because of the factor that we have seen for the last 1 year. For the last year or so, we are seeing what has gone on with the pandemic, and people have become even more health conscious. They were pretty health conscious. I mean, this generation of the last 10-15 years, people are more health conscious, but after what has happened with the pandemic, people are going to the hospitals and probably having their checkup done regularly is going to take place going ahead, and more insurances and more diagnostic centers will get business because there will be more tests. So more aging population after a decade. So India is one of the youngest populations in the world along with Iran and some Asian countries. But over the years, I feel India will age out, and over the next 10 years, there will be more people going to the diagnostic center. See, we have had one health hazard. We are having problems with the air, you can say quality, etc. So this really entails that more of the same may continue. I don't like to sound very bearish or you can say pessimistic, but there are health issues that are cropping up here and there. So people will go for diagnostic centers, and this has become more of a consumer play. Look at strong mid caps in this space, and the valuations has to be attractive. So there are small cap companies in which valuations are attractive. Look for small and mid cap plays in testing, hospitals, and wait for some IPOs to come in, probably of major, you can say, major players in this diagnostic system, and probably you'll get better stocks there. Currently, Dr. Lal or such companies are expensive. Wait for major declines to get into such companies. The third sector I want to talk to you about is insurance, and this is well documented all across the board in all channels, etc., and with major, you can say, investors, fund houses. It is quite a simple fact that increase in income will lead to more people going for health insurance, and I'm looking at health insurance and life insurance rather than just general insurance. But all across the board, the insurance sector will tend to do much better. So I believe that higher savings will be going to the mixed products. High level of awareness towards health insurance and life insurance. In fact, because of this pandemic, it's getting even greater, and so people will go for more health and life insurance. Avoid AMC or other businesses, so don't go for AMCs probably, unless HDFC AMC or such likes of stocks go down a lot. Look for life insurance company and can give you compounding 17 to 20% over the next 10-12 years. The fourth sector to look at is the retail space. Very few companies that are listed. There are few companies that are listed, but one just stand tall. And I believe that higher quality of life will lead to people going to malls and retail chains rather than buying from Kirana stores. This is a play on the urban consumption thing. Same was the internet thing, that it was a play on the urban consumption space. Absolutely low penetration in the retail space in India, and it is a beneficiary of internet growth. So this retail chains will have to change themselves towards internet, and they will do well. I'm pretty sure that the largest retail chain will do that, or the most profitable one going forward. Look for leader in the pack, and it's still a long way to go in this space, because most of the people still buy from their local shops, mom and pop shops, and you can say kirana stores rather than going to retail chains. Globally, things have changed in the western countries. In India, it is on the verge of changing in many, you can say, urban centers in NCR or Bangalore, etc., and I think 30 cities will catch up over the next decade, and so valuations are stretched. Wait for massive declines in the market. So over the next 10 years, you will get many opportunities where the market will fall 15, 20, 25%, and that's when to get into these retail stocks which are highly valued at the moment. And the final, you can say, sector that I want to look at, and this has always been an evergreen sector, consumer durables. Look beyond FMCG. I'm not talking of FMCG. I'm looking at white goods. I'm looking at consumer, you can say, appliances. I'm looking at consumer ancillary plays. So modern living, high thinking is the best way to go right now here in India. Home improvement is the next big thing, especially because of the pandemic and people working from home. And probably this scenario will continue going forward also. People are looking to improve their homes. So look at kitchen appliances or kitchen accessories where people are looking to improve. Look at you can say dining accessories, or people who are buying more into furnitures, electronic products, AC, paints, etc., LED televisions, as I mentioned earlier. This is a very big space that one can look at. Look for smaller companies, mid cap companies. There are few that are available. Again, the valuations are rich. Wait for massive declines and then look into these companies. Dixon Tech, Amber Enterprises, Blue Star, Havells, TTK Prestige. There are many others in the smaller space also that you can look at. So this is my video on particular sectors that could really do well over the next 10 years. So somebody who wants to build a portfolio can go for companies in these sectors and wait for massive declines to buy into them. Thank you.